tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
Hello and welcome everybody to Tuesday Night Terror Vision. I am your host Pete, joined by J-Man. Gasp!
Choke. Thanks for having me on.
Glad to have you, bro. And we are joined this evening by a very special guest, the one, the only, Monotony. Welcome, bro.
Hey, happy Tuesday, everybody. What's up to everyone in the chat? Love you guys on the panel, and yeah, let's talk movies.
Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. And yeah, we were talking off air. I said I wrestled this weekend, and but we do more than just wrestle at Shogun. And I want to show you what some people ask, what happens backstage at a wrestling company? What do you guys do when you're not wrestling? Well, this 34-second clip will maybe clear some of that up for you. Here we go.
Is this thing on?
My shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan. And I'm too sexy for your party, too sexy for your party. The way I'm disco dancing.
So I hope that clears up any confusion as to what we might do when we're backstage at practice and one of the members of the roster says, "Hey, I have an idea for a TikTok video." And that's what happens.
You were like completely frozen for about 30 seconds.
I don't know what the hell's going on over
We can hear you though, so the audio's good.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it definitely didn't freeze with the shit-eating grin on your face. Like, you look really cool.
Fantastic. But no, we are here this evening to review the 2024 horror movie by YouTuber and film critic. He's a film critic, Chris Stuckman, and it's Shelby Oaks. So here we go. This movie was shot beautifully. Absolutely beautiful cinematography. And I know we were joking around about this with like audio mixing and stuff like that, but the sound on it was good. I thought it was very well cast. I honestly, I like the way it played out. Without getting into everything right off the bat, I kind of enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
I know people are kind of dumping on it a little bit. And I don't know if they're dumping on it because they don't like Chris Stuckman. I've watched maybe 3 or 4 of his reviews. I know who he is because of the YouTube stuff. So I've seen a few of his reviews. I'm not subscribed to him. The last thing I heard was the Madam Web thing where he didn't want to interview or didn't want to review the movie because he was saying, "Oh, it's difficult to make movies." And it is difficult to make movies. And it's rare that for every movie that gets made, there's, 200 that don't get made, but that just makes it worse because the ones that are getting made are poorly conceived and terrible, and they waste our time and money. And you think you didn't produce these 200 movies, but you produced Madam Web. And I think you need to call it out, or at least be honest with yourself. Like, I've liked many movies that people despise, including people probably on this panel despise, but I still like them. But I'm honest with myself and I'm honest with my audience. If I'm not going to be honest with my audience, then what is the point of having a channel? And I think when he did that video, that really hurt him a lot. And I think people have turned sour to him, and they saw this movie, they're like, okay, well, let's see your crappy movie, you know? And that kind of drove their criticisms. And then there's people that love it. Maybe they just want to show for them. I don't care one way or the other. I thought this was okay. This genre, I guess, half found footage, half ghost story. This isn't a genre that particularly appeals to me that much. That said, I mean, this was fine. I don't understand. I lie to you all the time. No, Mark, I tell you the super truth. I tell you the real truth. And I'm telling you, how can I use one of the crazy people's phrases and say it's my truth? I tell you my truth. No, I'm telling you my honest opinion of what I actually think, uninfluenced by others, including Pete, including my friends or my family, my wife. We've sat together. My wife's like, that was awful. I'm like, you're insane. That was awesome. That has happened and it's reversed happened.
Yep.
Where she's really liked it. I was like, no, I didn't like this at all. You know? So I think when you're like, I know you were hesitating to say he's a critic. And the reason you're hesitating was that now that we know he won't review movies he doesn't like, if I see his thumbnail, I assume he liked it and I don't need to watch the review.
Yeah.
That's bad. And you got to be honest with yourself. Mark and I don't agree. That's Legion of Comics. We don't agree. Pete and you and I don't always agree. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we disagree big time, and sometimes we super agree. That's just how life is. Why do you have to be embarrassed about your opinion? And even if it's, whatever. Anyways, that to the side, I mean, this was fine. I like this better than Weapons. I'll tell you that.
This was leaps and bounds better than Weapons. That movie was just off the fucking rails.
It was that one we didn't know what it was. This was cool. Like, no. It was as straightforward and coherent as you could get. The best car. I know. Yeah. When Mark and I disagree, it's a lot of fun, but that's also because it doesn't really, my entire life is not based on, do I agree with everybody? Like, it's fine. Like, we're in the same universe, like we're all together on YouTube. And I also like wrestling, and I'm sure we have different opinions on wrestlers too, right? So it is what it is. Yeah. But this was fine. As you said, yeah, the acting, I mean, I thought it was okay. I'm not dying over this genre anyways, but it's definitely not a dumpster fire. Like, I thought, oh God, this is just going to be a laugh, a shit ton mess. And I don't know, it was all right. So.
Tony, what were your initial thoughts on this one?
Well, I do have a glaring issue with the movie that we can get to later, but like you said, Pete, it's definitely shot beautifully. The color palette they used for this movie, what's her fucking... Sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cuss. For like 4 minutes. What's her name? Camille Sullivan. Great performance by her. I've never heard of her. And let me qualify all this by saying I don't know who Chris Stuckman is. I never heard of him until today. Pete kept mentioning him, that he directed it, and he was surprised it was Stuckman who directed this. And I'm like, oh, he must be known for a certain type of movie. And then I found out he was a YouTuber. I watched Jeremy Johns. I like Jeremy Johns. Never heard of Chris Stuckman. So I came into this movie with no bias. I had never heard of this movie. I had seen no trailers, no screenshots, nothing. Pete sent it to me. My wife and I put it on, sat down and watched it, and that's the first anything I ever saw from this movie. Not a big fan of fan footage film. I think, J-Man, you were mentioning that earlier. Just, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
But I think, like, the little bit how they handled it, it came in segments and whatnot, the beginning, the end, and yeah, I don't know. Overall, I enjoyed it. it was good. And especially, again, I really liked the performance from the Mia actress.
Camille Sullivan.
Camille Sullivan, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, what's his name? Keith David. That was cool to see him in this.
Come on, he's cool.
Yeah, very. I was not expecting that because I didn't look at the cast or anything beforehand. And yeah, seeing him in it was just an unexpected treat because Keith David is fucking amazing, legendary.
Yeah. And this movie did a really great job of like translating tension to the audience, you know, to kind of keep you on the edge of your seat. And, you know, so to speak, like just kind of wondering what's going on. And I don't know.
A lot of that speaks to the way it was edited. And again, I bring up sound mixing, and such a huge part of it is the way the sound mixing and the editing are put together to build that tension. And I was shocked that this was a Chris Stuckman movie. Just because I was listening to a review before we started, and the guy like straight up hated this movie, like basically just fucking hated it, thought it was stupid. And it was funny because Trina and I reviewed I can't remember what movie it was. I think it might have been Cobwebs or something like that, or Imaginary.
It was Imagine. The teddy bear one is the one that everyone thought was trash, and you guys thought was kind of cool.
We liked it, and everybody else thought it was trash. We're like, are we crazy? Like, so I watched all these reviews, and it's like everybody else hated this movie except for us. But this one, I couldn't hate it. I really couldn't. I can preface a lot of this by saying I like found footage when it's done well. And the Hell House, I haven't seen the very last one yet. I just haven't had time to watch it. I need to watch that one because I've enjoyed the franchise. I found it by happenstance, watched the first one, and then paid for the second two on Amazon and was like, wow. Then when Carmichael Manor came out, I was like, I like the found footage stuff. I do. Some of those movies, especially part 3, Lake of Fire, is batshit crazy. This never went there. The found footage was used well because it sets it up to where you think it's going to be one way, and then it's like, okay, this is not the entire movie. And I'm like, all right, cool. But it still is an aspect of it, which I liked.
I think it's about 17 minutes or so before the jump happens to now a regular movie. And once the regular movie starts, and that's when the credits also come in with the cast and everything. So I like that. I don't mind found footage. I don't seek it out, but I love the Halloween, the VHS franchise. And when we reviewed VHS Halloween, which was just a effing masterpiece, really. But yeah, like I don't see, because I'm not into this genre, the people who are into it, or it's two genres I don't care about: found footage and also like these possessions and these demons. It's like both of those things I don't care about, but if they're done well, I like them. But the people who are into this, I don't see why this wouldn't be a movie that they would love just like the other ones. Like, I don't see any difference between this and like, I don't know, like Conjuring or something, or I don't know. There's a few of these, I can't even name them, maybe Hereditary, what other ones? Like there's a few of these ones. I don't see any difference. Like I would say Hereditary, I guess, is better than this, but I don't see that like, this is so high and this Shelby Oaks is so low. Like I like this way better than Blair Witch Project. I'll tell you that. I saw that in the theater and I thought that this was boring and stupid. At least this had a story, and I somewhat cared about finding the girl, and there's somewhat of a twist at the end, and there's some monster, at least like for me to be like, oh, that was a cool monster guy. Like, he's like Satan or whatever the hell it is. Demon. I'm like, that guy looks pretty good. Like, I kind of like maybe Insidious better than this. Like, this isn't like top tier, but the budget's not that huge. So I think this is the kind of movie he was able to make with what the resources he had. And I think he did fine. Like, I think we're in this age now where everyone wants to hate. And it's just like, I'm looking for reasons, and especially Chris Stuckman, because, he's got, whatever million subscribers, and now he's too snooty and doesn't want to review, bad movies, and he doesn't want to talk about how shit they all are and all that. So F his movie. I think they just immediately have that. And like Tony, that didn't know anything about Chris Stuckman, so he's watching it just as a guy watching a movie. I can turn my brain off to outside forces. Like if I don't like a person, that doesn't affect me in the movie, right? Like,
even Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, because what did I see with him in it? I thought this was a pretty cool. He's in those magic movies. He was okay in that, and I liked him as Hulk when he first kind of started out.
Yeah,
and then he's but I also don't watch much outside. I don't watch any social media things, so I don't know what these people post. Like I didn't know Mark Ruffalo was an insane lunatic until someone had mentioned it. And I was like, oh, is he insane? And then I watched some of it. I was like, oh my God, this guy is insane. But oh well, it's too late. I already liked him in a couple of other movies. So I just don't watch their interviews. Like I liked Brie Larson until she put her foot in her mouth on that stupid thing. I thought, ooh, that was said very poorly. I'm like, I'm not going to watch her interviews anymore because it's just like he's an idiot, right? Like.
Yeah, it gets to where you're like, okay, I just do not want to hear this person speak ever again.
Right. But that doesn't mean that I don't like Captain Marvel for other reasons, not because I don't like the Captain Marvel movie, not because of what she said, but because of comic book reasons. Right? Like I don't care what people say. To me, everyone in Hollywood is kind of crazy to absolutely lunatics. Like there's maybe like 2 or 3 normal people. Everyone else is kind of lunatics anyways. And Chris Stuckman, I don't know what his thing is about. I think he was like, I think I saw somewhere he was like, he was either a Mormon or one of these. He was one of these things where like he couldn't leave or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the religion, but he was with something. And then there's a big story about that. I was like, yeah, I don't really care about that either. I just want to see your movie. That's it. I don't care about your reasoning. Same with Critical Drinker.
Yep.
He made that movie. And I thought it was okay. And everyone thought that was a pile of shit too. I'm like, all right, well, it's not The Matrix or something, but like, it's somewhat okay. Remember what we're dealing with here. Like, this is not a studio produced movie. Like, this is just this YouTuber who got money together.
Yeah. His budget was like what, 1.2, 1.3 million. And
that's pretty good.
Yeah. And he brought in 6.6 on it. So you made $5 million, not bad, something like that. It was just.
I didn't make $5 million with my movie, so I don't know.
Right? I mean, this was a good. I like the YouTuber aspect of it. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of tongue in cheek, but they made it not as wonky, I think, as it could have been. If it was like some other sort of social media influencer, they didn't make it too like, I don't know, cliche, I guess. It was played straight. I like that. And you can see like the Blair Witch kind of influence on this, but it was, like I said, I like the abandoned amusement park. I listen to a lot of those narration channels that talk about like the abandoned things in the woods and stuff like that, like Mr. Nightmare, Ripshy, Whisper Diaries, stuff like that, like the horror story stuff. Like I like those, Mr. Ballin, Wendigoon, stuff like that. Like I like those. So the abandoned amusement park thing was, the ghost town was really cool. The set pieces, those look good. I'm at the scene right now with the abandoned like football stadium, the Shelby Bowl, and the prison looked freaking fantastic. That looked fucking great. I know that was CG probably.
Well, apparently, what's the other guys? Someone, Tony, you mentioned another YouTuber that you watch who's a reviewer. He's a known guy. He always has a red background.
Jeremy Johns.
Yeah, so that guy, I watched his review just now, right before, because I didn't watch anyone's review going into this. I watched that guy's review because it popped up when I typed Shelby Oaks review. And he says in his review that that's the Shawshank Redemption prison that they shot at or whatever.
Was it?
according to Jeremy, that's Jeremy Johns.
Johns.
Yeah, according to his review, I mean, I did zero research other than watch that. I read nothing about this. I didn't know anything about this. I thought it was going to be found footage. When it changed to like, normal movie, I thought, oh, that's kind of neat, right? Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see where this goes. I didn't really care. Like, the actress was fine. I wasn't super invested in her finding the sister. I'm like, okay, well, I guess she'll go find her. Like, I'm not loving this movie, but I also don't care about the genre, and I don't care about the possessed person thing. Like, if someone's possessed, like, okay, let's say they get possessed, and then what happens? Are they going to go get a job and pay taxes? And like, what are they going to do? Like, okay, so I possessed your sister. Okay, now what are you going to do with her? It's like, well, I guess go get a job, you lazy ass. Like, I don't care if you're possessed or not. Like, be a busboy or something. Like, figure it out. Like, this is like, it's like the demon's going to take her over, and then what's going to happen? Like,
yeah,
you're right. Like, I like Exorcist. Did you guys see Exorcist 3? That's the best of these because there's a serial killer.
Yep.
So the possessed people are committing crimes. I'm like, okay, that we need to stop that, right? Like,
yeah.
But if you're just going to possess a person, they're just going to walk around with a weird face. I'm like, okay, well, I guess they got a weird face. I don't know what to, like, I don't care. Like, go, get a job. Like, go get a job or something. I am the devil. Okay, that's nice. Like, you have zero qualifications here. I'm sorry, I can't hire you. Like, go to the unemployment line.
You can't work at Wingstop. I'm sorry.
Anyway, that's just my thing in general. But what I'm saying is like, the people that like this genre, why don't they like this movie? Or like, what is their motivations? Like, what reasons? There are some weird things. Like, she goes off on her own without the husband. The husband shouldn't have been in this movie.
Yeah, he literally was no part in any of this.
Yeah.
I thought at the beginning when he was very like, you need therapy or whatever to her, I thought he was going to be kind of a foil to her.
Yes.
But he was really just another set piece. He was a plot device when they needed him. And other than that, he was really no bearing on anything at all. He was just there.
Jeremy in his review had said, why not just have a quick thing in the beginning? It's like, oh, I never got married because I've been searching for my sister. That's it. Like, why even have, because then later on in the movie, she goes to investigate a lot of weird places alone. I'm thinking, like, bring the documentary girl, bring your husband, like, bring 3 or 4 people to go investigate this. Remember in Halloween VHS Halloween, one of the stories involved that party where people got possessed, and then that guy who was possessed murdered them all. They all ripped their eyes out and stuff.
Yep.
When they went to investigate it, there was like 5 or 6 people. There was like a sheriff, there was like a deputy, there was like a film crew guy, there's like some other guy. I'm like, right. That's how that and then they all got toast, they all got destroyed, but who cares? That was cool because I'm not going alone. Minimum, I'm taking 2 guys with me.
Yep.
Like, minimum, right? So take the husband, take that woman who's filming the documentary. Say, hey, listen, there's a lead in the case. We have to go check out this weird house or this prison or something. Hey, honey, you want to come with me? No, you're crazy. Listen, prove that I'm not crazy and come with me, or prove that I am crazy and come with me. Right? So I don't know. That was that. So that's weird. That's one weird thing, I guess.
No, I get that. Like, because I thought the same thing too. When she starts taking off on all these like side quests by herself, I'm like, bitch, like, especially when she went to the prison in the middle of the night. I'm like, why the fuck? Like, me and the wife were sitting there watching this, and she liked it too. Like, my wife enjoyed it. But I'm like, why are you going alone? He's literally right there.
Mm. Like, it's a trope. Like, it's the horror movie trope. I'm going to go investigate. But when you have documentary, like, the problem with found footage is as soon as you start introducing this concept, I start to think, oh, this is really happening. And then I don't lose myself in the story of the movie. I start to think, I was like, well, wait a minute, where's that documentary woman? Get her to come with you. That's something that they'd want to show. You shouldn't do that. It's better to that's why you shouldn't do these. Or really stick with that concept the whole way. So that's a bit of a mistake. by the way, you guys aren't comic book guys, but that symbol is Wonder Man's logo in his second costume. I couldn't unsee it. That it's Wonder. It's like a W and an M, and that was what Wonder Man. In Avengers, I was like, wait a minute, it's Wonder Man's symbol. I'm like, maybe it's Wonder Man. That'd be cool.
Wonder Man's the villain. How did Chris Stuckman get the rights to him?
How did that happen?
It's the unofficial Wonder Man fucking villain. It's like, what was that movie James Gunn made? Brightburn.
Oh yes, that was like supposed to be like his
evil Superman.
His evil, except that it's not evil Superman at all, and like it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I still like that movie just for the gore of it, but like, I would have wished that kid got his face kicked in because I can't stand. I can barely stand kids in general in movies, but definitely if they're dicks, it's like like
so
at least
you didn't like The Good Son.
Oh, I wanted to smash him so badly in that. God damn. And Problem Child, I know you asked for that. I was like, oh, I hated that kid. And even
those movies.
Yeah, and I liked Clifford, where Martin Short pretends to be a kid, which is a very creepy ass movie. If you actually think about that, Martin Short's gonna play like this 8-year-old kid or something. I'm like, this is weird.
Hello, fellow kids.
Like, what? Didn't anyone think that through? Anyways, that's a different topic. I'm out with Keith David. Keith David just popped in now. Where I started a little bit earlier, so I'm 30. What'd you guys think of the pacing? I mean, it's okay. It's reasonable. It could have been cut a little bit shorter.
I told Tony when I hooked him up. I said, "Hey, dude," I was like, "The runtime of this is only 90 minutes."
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting more of a bloated runtime. Another welcome surprise, you know.
Yeah.
You stayed in that 90-minute mark.
That is good. Yeah, I think the story just moves slow, and it's just part of the story. So you can't really fault it. Like, I don't know what you could cut. Maybe like shorten up some things, or I guess if you remove the husband, that would be good. And maybe some of the footage at the beginning, like get on with it a little bit quicker, like just get to the meat of it. Like, okay, we get it. Yeah. Okay. So the paranormal paranoids, which sounds like a cheesy thing, which that is what these things are. Where they never find anything. They just walk around with a camera and then nothing happens. And you're like, there, we found evidence. Like, you didn't find evidence. Nothing happened. Like,
maybe he was like at a certain, because there's something to be said about a movie that's under an hour and a half. It's weird when you see a movie and it's like an hour and 16 minutes, you know?
Right.
It is.
Well, you can't play in festivals either. I think you have to be 82 minutes or whatever it is, or I don't know what the number is, but.
So I think he was trying to push it to that 90-minute mark, and maybe that's why some of the parts were a little more drawn out.
I'm gonna check the runtime.
Yeah, I think so. And one thing I wanted to say was I forgot about the name, the Paranormal Paranoids, and that was like the cheesiest thing I believe in the entire movie was that, like, yeah, the whole paranormal thing is, I believe in the paranormal, but the way that like YouTubers go about it is very, very disingenuous, to say the least. But yeah, that the name was cheesy, and yeah, they could have they could have cut some of the footage out of the beginning, I think. But yeah, he needed a runtime. Sorry, Tone, go ahead.
You know, I was just gonna say, they probably went through like 1,000 names searching on YouTube for a channel name they could use that wasn't taken, or this or that. And they finally had to settle with the Paranormal Paranoids. Like, everything better was taken.
I actually think it is. I think the name is funny intentionally too, because it's supposed to be one of these cheesy YouTube shows, right?
Yep.
Keith David Bingham reminds me of
TK Carter.
Oh yeah, from the thing.
Yeah,
okay,
he just passed away. Rest in peace. What's up, Digsby? Yeah, that is. Yeah, that name. Yeah, I didn't think about that. They probably had to look through like all these channel names. Here, you got a super chat, bro.
Hey, thanks, RR. You're too scared to watch streams about the. Oh, give me a break. It's nothing. It's not. You can watch it. This movie there's a little bit of gore.
Yep.
To remind you that horror movies have gore a little bit. There were 0 jump scares for me. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. I'll see you on Saturday. There was zero scares. Did you get any? Did you guys? Was there any jump scares for you guys or?
Not really. I had more jump scare out of It Chapter 2. There was a couple parts in that had me like, oh, but a lot of it was the time of the night. I watched it at I started watching it at midnight. This one I was watching in the afternoon. It didn't really, but there wasn't really anything in here that made me jump. What about you, Tony?
Men don't jump scare.
What up, Draven?
Hey, Draven.
Men don't jump scare, and we don't eat bananas in public. No, not really. Like there were some good moments, and yeah, definitely some good audio cues, but didn't really jump at all.
The funny part was the dog. I thought that was it just kept randomly showing. Like when it showed up on the path, I'm like, is she sitting there? And then the wife says, "Is this woman ever gonna take a fucking shower?" Like that dude slimed himself on the front porch, and she just didn't shower. Like
she had blood on her face for other scenes. It's like they faded. I'm like, did you not wipe that off or whatever? Like that was a bit weird.
Yeah, I was very clean yourself, woman. Like, what the hell are you doing? You're still wearing the same bloody ass clothes. Like, it happened at your house. It's not like you're not home and couldn't fucking change or clean up. Like, that would be the first thing I want to do when the cops leave. Is I want to fucking get this dude's fucking gray matter off my face.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think they could have. Yeah, it's just little thing. Again, it's little things. I guess they all kind of add up, but nothing to where. Going into this, I thought, wow, this is going to be a dumpster. Oh, what was that Wes Craven one we watched where the first 10 minutes was awesome, and then I got all excited for it, and then the rest of the movie was total shit.
My soul to take.
Oh dear God, yes, it did take my soul. Sting's great message about is better than Roxanne. We mean Sting the wrestler, but Sting in Dune was cool. Yeah, so I was just thinking, this is going to be a dumpster fire. It has all the tropes. Yeah, looking through the book. I love going to the library or going to the internet. And why do you need to go to the library if you're just going to use the internet when you're there? But don't you have internet at home? It's just little weird things. But it's all these horror movie things that you always see. There's always some book that's exactly what's happening in the movie. Was your sister missing for 12 years and you saw creepy things and cracks? Oh my God, there's a book exactly titled that. Yeah, this is the book I need. But that's all these that's all these movies.
She's using microfiche files. Those are still a thing.
Yeah.
She's on fish files. This is modern day. Just Google.
But it was some, what was it? It's so I'm just seeing now it's the devil thing, incubus, or I don't know whatever the hell it was.
It was like an incubus.
Yeah, incubus. Everything is in place. I think this is a good movie for Chris to start off with. It's something that he can handle. Obviously, he knows the genre, and he probably really enjoys the genre. So this was a good one for him to do. Maybe the next one, if there is a next one, he needs to maybe just try something a little bit different. Shelby Oaks sounds like a That's right.
What up, guys?
Stay out. Get out. Yeah, the acting was fine. Direction was fine. It looked good, as you said. I like the monster guy at the end. He's kind of neat.
Did you happen to catch who played the big hulking monster?
I think it was Derek Mears, right?
It was Derek Mears. Yeah. I told I was that's Jason from the new Friday the 13th movie. I was nice.
Yeah, and I like him. He's very cool. I'm not dying over that remake, particularly, but I like him, and he seems very appreciative to play these roles, and he seems like he's excited. about doing the roles, and I think he played Swamp Thing as well, and and actually he looked quite good as Swamp Thing. But anyways, yeah, I mean, yeah, he was fine, and you know, I mean, he's in what, like, it's like two scenes or something. This is like 1 minute, but music was, like, I guess okay. Like, everything was fine. Like, I don't see anyone saying this is the greatest movie ever. So anyone saying that is clearly trying to suck up to Chris Stuckman. But
yeah,
anyone saying it's a big complete total piece of garbage, I'd like to hear why they thought so, and what movies like this do you think were better?
Yeah,
like, I thought, you know, Weapons was worse than this.
Oh, Weapons was horrible compared to this. I mean, and this, yeah, I can't find a reason to hate this movie, even if I really was, unless I'm being completely disingenuous, because I've watched way worse movies than this. Like, I mean, way worse.
We've watched way worse movies on these streams.
Yeah.
Like Wes Craven. Can you imagine Wes Craven, Dune 84, the worst since I still refer to? Oh, yeah, of course. Dune 84 is freaking awesome. And those two new Dune movies are a little bit boring and kind of drab. And I don't like Zendaya. Like,
I don't like her either.
I'm sorry.
The third one comes out in December.
Yeah, it's Dune Messiah, which is the second book.
Yep.
But they messed up Chani anyways. She's supposed to be into the whole thing. Like, they messed it up in a way that you wouldn't consider it like a woke thing, but like it kind of is, but not seeming that way. And I'd have to explain it very long, so we're not going to do that here. Just trust me. I've read the book a couple times, and I've read the first 4 books. So, and I have all the Dune toys and everything. So you just believe me. Anyway,
I do. I don't know. I've never read the book, so I have
I'm a nerd.
I have no idea. But no,
she's exploring. Okay, so were you guys stunned when she found she actually found the sister, and I thought, oh, because it was a possession. Well, it was a possession movie, but then for a brief second, Dune toys like kinetics.
yeah. There's the Spice Melange.
Yeah, there's Dune figure. Look up the Dune figures. God's what am I talking about? He knows there's figures. They're from the old movie. He knows. He's a nerd. I was a bit shocked that she found the sister with that woman, and it was almost like, oh, this became more like one of these like captured. You know, she was captured and tortured kind of movies. And I thought, are they straying away from the paranormal? Like, it was just like, oh. I actually think had they continued in that, it would have been a little bit cooler. Like, the paranormal stuff was really just in Riley's mind because she's so into this stuff that she's looking for paranormal things when they're not there.
Yeah.
There was a cool movie called The Possession of Emily Rose or something like that. I don't know if you guys, have you seen that or heard?
The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Exorcism. Yeah. You've seen that? Have you seen that one?
No, but like obviously heard of it. But...
Yeah. So in that one, they replay all this. I'm just going to tell you, they replay all the scenes, and she does have a mental disability, but she's seeing things as bad. So the first half of the movie, you're seeing it from her perspective. So it looks like a horror movie and she's possessed, but then later they go back and they re-show the scenes and it's like, no, she is crazy. So then you're starting to,
cool.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, is she crazy or not? I almost preferred if this movie, they found her, and it's that woman and that guy, Wilson or whatever his name was, being weird and trying to like procreate with her. And he's got these women and he's just doing this weird shit with them. I almost thought, oh, that would have been a great fake out. Like, it's this found footage thing and it's all about the paranormal. And then it cuts back. You're like, no, the window was just cracked because a tree hit it or something. And then she thought there was something paranormal and it wasn't. I actually think that would have been kind of neat, and that would have caught you a bit more like off guard because you're like, whoa, this kind of changed. There needs to be something extra in this movie to take it from that was okay to, oh, this director is someone to watch. I think that's where we're missing something, like just some little thing. It's wait for Chani was retooled to an audience. Exactly. Yeah, but she sucked, RR. So they can retool her. They retooled her to be a surrogate for the audience. Yeah, but firstly, the audience sucks, and she sucked too. So I guess it made sense. Just
I don't care how much Hollywood tells me she is. There's no way on God's green earth you're ever going to convince me that Zendaya is attractive. Like,
well, she's a skeleton.
Yes.
So I don't understand. I saw her. She was in. If you watch Army of Darkness, she's one of the ones in the very back. No, I mean, like, she's a skeleton. Everyone's like, oh, she's so great. I'm like, but she's a skeleton. So I don't like. There's nothing to her at all.
No.
It's like a lanky skeleton. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, her face is okay, I guess, but like,
yeah, just skeleton.
Skeleton.
Yeah. Two Ariana Grandes.
She's a disturbing. Yeah, she's a really scary skeleton.
Yeah, that's Ozempic gone wild.
It's like, I'm coming.
Hey, I've got Ariana Grande right here, ladies and gentlemen. Look.
Oh yeah, there's just wow, that's crazy. How did you get that?
You've been eating sweets lately, sugar? Like, looking a little fat there.
She's at the jail now where I'm at.
Yeah. That was one thing I wanted to touch on. When what was the guy's name?
Wilson?
Wilson. When he showed up at the prison, how it just fell apart during the course of his incarceration there.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was wild.
That's neat. Neat idea.
That was a cool touch. I like that. For all the things that it did have some cool little touches like that. And it was, man, that was they showed, because they actually showed it too. Like, this is what it looked like when he went in, this is what it looked like when he left. And it's like, God damn, but no, there were enough things in this, to get it to where it needed to be, I think, as a movie, if that makes sense, as opposed to things that like drug it down, which there wasn't a ton. Like you said, it's not, you can't look at this and be like, this movie really fucking sucked, I guess. I mean,
no, but I had one issue with it.
What's that?
All right. So number one, I'm not a movie aficionado like you guys are, but I do have an eagle eye, so I wouldn't expect like most people just sitting down to watch this to notice this. But it's like the same issue that was like this issue happened in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame as well, and it bugged me. Like throughout the entire movie, the 90 minutes or whatever, Hulk didn't get any comeuppance. That's all. It's a really bad joke, and I'm
okay. I
don't
never
invite me back. I understand.
No, we'll definitely invite you back. No.
I mean, it's a fact. I mean, argue with me. Hulk got no comeuppance in this movie.
Sure. Oh God, no! I can't watch Villeneuve's movies. I don't know. Every time I feel like he just like I feel like he thinks he's making the best movie ever. Every time I'm making a masterpiece.
He's like Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah.
That's how James Cameron is too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, James Cameron used to make the best movies ever. Now he makes very long movies, but they still do well. Listen, if it makes $1 billion, it's pretty much a shut your mouth. Like, I thought Barbie was a trash movie and really stupid, and it made $1 billion. I'm like, well, I guess I'm wrong on that one. I don't know.
Yeah. Is it me that's out of touch? No, it's the children.
Yeah.
You turn into the Skinner meme.
Well, I mean, yeah, I thought that Avatar 3, they're just too long, and I'm disinterested in most of it. But it's got the $1 billion, so
can I just give a quick take, and it's probably common sense. Everyone's like, yeah, that's the issue with it. Number one, I didn't really watch the first Avatar. Like, I ended up seeing it in bits and pieces, mainly sitting in like my dentist's office or something.
Mhm.
But then my grandma-in-law was really excited for the second movie, for The Way of Water, and she wanted to go to the theater. So
Mhm.
the whole family gets together, we go, and I watched this movie, and it was very, very long, but it didn't need to be that long. Like, a lot of
Right.
these scenes, without losing any quality, could have been condensed. Like, there were scenes, there were things that could have taken place in one scene that instead took place in 3 scenes, like, needlessly. Like,
Yeah.
and so it's long, but it's like almost like Zack Snyder's, like how it's purposefully that long, but it doesn't always need to be like that. I don't know.
It doesn't stay with you though. Like when you
Yeah.
make something that long and it just there isn't enough actual like compelling story. Like as a movie person or any person who's seen other movies, you can very easily predict where things are going to go. And when you can predict where things are going to go, the cool visuals can only take you so far. I've seen the first two in the theater in IMAX 3D, and the 3D is friggin' crazy. Like that Avatar in 3D, you're like, whoa, like this is awesome. But you walked out of the theater and like, I don't remember anything. Like I don't remember anything except for the experience of the 3D, and then you just forget about it, which is why they do well in the theater, because it's definitely an IMAX 3D experience with the family. It's safe for everyone to watch. As you said, you can bring your grandmother, your mom, whatever, your kids can go. It's one of the few experiences that everyone can go to and not be too worried about, oh, is there going to be something offside or whatever. So it's like a get together that everyone can go to, like Titanic. Everyone saw Titanic in the theater. And it was a good movie. It's long, and you know how it's going to end, but you're watching it and you're like, okay, that's cool. But there's nothing really that crazy where I'm like, wow, that scene was so powerful, or this scene really moved me. Like Avatar doesn't have any of that. Like I just walked out and thought, oh, that was cool, I guess. And then I completely forgot everything that happened. And then I saw part 2 and I completely forgot everything that happened in part 2. And I'm not going to see part 3 because it's just too much. It's just too long for me to sit through at this point for me to just, it's too long for me to sit through to have it be forgotten the next day. There's no substance to it. Like James Cameron's earlier movies, Terminator, T2, even Abyss, Aliens, you remember, like there's a lot of badass dialogue, like Hasta la vista, baby. Everyone was saying that, right? Like,
yep.
And everyone remembers, I know now why you cry, but it's something I could never do. Like it's a come with me if you want to live. Like all of these lines, right? What are the lines from Avatar? Like, what are the moments? What are the captions? Like, you take a still shot of like the kid talking to Schwarzenegger with his leg up in his air. You take a freeze frame of that and say, caption this. And then you could say, oh, like, where's the caption this from Avatar? Where's there's nothing there. Like, you just watch it, like, that's it. Like even True Lies, everyone knows the dancing. She's dancing in the room and she keeps falling because she's a goof, right? It's just like even that scene of the guy in the shadows. It's the husband with her legs there. Like there's no scenes that like mean anything to you, right? Like when you leave, it's over.
I'm wondering if it's because it's like I was mentioning, like what could be accomplished in one scene instead takes place in 3 or 4 scenes. I wonder if it's because the content is stretched so thin that there's like nothing for the viewer to mentally get their teeth into, but also it's sounds like it's appealing to the most primitive part of our brain, which is basically what babies do. They see moving colors, they like bright colors and patterns and stuff. And like when you're talking about like you go watch this epic movie and you leave and can't remember any of the plot points or quotes, or like you can't really summarize it in a few sentences, it's
right,
it's almost like a trance. But I've got a buddy who's a big Avatar fan. Like he gets defensive. I'll try to like criticize James Cameron a bit and he gets pretty defensive. Like he's real, big on the movies and Cameron's other movies, and he went to see Avatar 3 opening night, and he came out of it saying it's just more of the same. It's almost exactly like 2. And like 2 and 3 are almost like blurring together in his mind.
Well, like what? So, really quick, well, we can finish up with Shelby Oaks. But like, let's say, well, okay, Terminator 1, yeah, the big skeleton guy, Schwarzenegger, that was crazy. Terminator 2, oh yeah, that liquid metal guy. Terminator 3, oh, it's that chick, it's the Terminator girl, right? Star Wars, what was Star Wars? Oh, that was the Death Star in that desert planet. That was cool. What was Empire Strikes Back? Oh, that was Yoda, and they had that city in the clouds. That was really neat, and they had those bounty hunter guys. That was cool. And the ice planet, that was cool. What's Return of the Jedi? Oh, they had the little Ewoks in it, the forest thing, those speeder bikes. That was cool. Like, there's different things. It's like Avatar 1, it's like Pandora and the blue guys. Pandora. Like, why can't there be like red, like full red guys that look different, that are, I know there's like an evil one here, but different aliens? Like, why can't there be another species that's completely different and looks like, you know, red? And then there's like a war between the red and the blue guys, and now it's like, and then they fight the same guy. It's like the human bad guy. Oh, now he's an avatar, or now he's like a thing, and now but we already defeated this guy. Like, you need to have, like, James Bond, every James Bond movie, new villain. RoboCop, Ed 209, that was cool. RoboCop 2 has Kane. Oh, he's cool. RoboCop 3, which sucks, but had that ninja robot. It's like, there needs to be different things. Like, what the hell am I paying for? I already saw these people. Like, Terminator 2, liquid metal guy. Like, because you watch Terminator, like, well, how are they going to beat that? Well, we're going to make a liquid metal guy. Fuck, how are you going to defeat this goddamn thing? This is crazy, right? Like, give me something new. Sorry.
It's almost the same philosophy as modern day WWE.
Right.
Like, there's no actual like progression. It's just being presented to you over and over again with slight changes.
Yeah, that's a pretty accurate descriptor of it, because it's just a repackaging and retelling of something you've already digested.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, RR. Yeah, nature's good. Yeah, you know, that's an interesting. That's an interesting point about that. Is like, where's the evilness in nature? Like, on that planet, there needs to be some sort of cruelty. If everything keeps surviving and thriving and living, the planet cannot sustain itself. That's why there needs to be decay, death, rot, infections, diseases. Like, where are the diseases? Maybe this is all introduced, and maybe some of this stuff I'm saying is actually in the movie and I have forgotten. But if I have forgotten it, it means that it was not important enough for me to remember. That's the thing. Like, you need to drill it home where it's, because the spectacle is there. But anyways, just for Shelby Oaks, you know what? I thought of something during Shelby. This is not a fault on the Shelby Oaks movie, but I thought, wouldn't it be neat if the place that he's kept the women was super clean and sterile? I started to think during this movie, I was like, you know what? Again, I'm in Chris Stuckman's head. Like, what can I do to differentiate this, right? To make this different, which would have been, yeah, it's all fake, but he didn't go that route. He's like, okay, they are being possessed. Okay. But what if it was very clinical and clean? Like, it's always these dungy prisons with these, everything looks like piss and shit everywhere. What if it was like super clean and almost like, like, wouldn't that have been a bit more creepy? Maybe even
stainless steel and white.
Yeah.
See, yeah, because from the second she went to the front door, you could see black mold everywhere.
Right.
The entire house was riddled with black mold. I was like, the inside of the house should have been almost like spotless.
Yeah, like it's like a facade, right? You're like, oh, I'm not going to go to that creepy house, but then inside it's almost creepier if it is sterile, right? Like it's like it's just clinical. Like he just has her sedated and laying there, like clean, not just like oh, I'm starving and I'm dying and like it's just like I think it would have been. I don't know. Just so I can walk away from this movie and be like, whoa. Damien Leone he was a nobody. He did Terrifier, and he really just had that one scene, the sawing the girl.
Yep.
And then he threw the gun in, which was a big shocker because you would never think. And the girl died. Both girls died. So you're like, wow, that's crazy. But he had 2 or 3 little points which made it be like, okay, Terrifier, yeah, that was okay, but shit, that sawn in half, that was wild. And then that was the sticking point. Everybody knows, oh yeah, they're cutting the girl in half. Then in the next movie, he can, go all out, and he added a lot more things. And that's how you do. Like Chris Tuckman needed to do not gore wise, but something to be like, holy shit, right? Like, god damn, right? Like John Carpenter, Assault on Precinct 13, that little girl gets shot. You're like, oh, this just got real. Today's terminology, this shit just got real. Fuck, man, holy crap. Like, I needed something from that just to be like, I know Chris was like, I got to make this. I'm doing what I can. This is my vision. But it just, you only need 2 or 3. Like, what does Terrifier really have? The sawn her in half. Art pulls out a gun, which you didn't see that coming because these slasher guys always use, blunt instruments or sharp instruments. So that was kind of neat. And then the girls all died. Like, oh, I thought they might she would survive or something, right? That's it. It only had 3 things. That's it. Otherwise, what is it? It's a guy in a mask. Okay, well, whatever. Well, it's not, I guess it's not his mask, it's his face. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what was really that like Saw? What did Saw really have? It's 2 guys trapped in a room. Okay, it's all dirty and grungy. You're like, okay, I mean, yeah, I've seen this 100 times. Who cares? And then it was like, oh, the twist. What? It was like that big ending at the end. Holy shit. What? That, oh, damn. Where was that? I was just looking for one. Like Saw has one thing, that twist at the end. Otherwise, if it was Zepp, I called Zepp. I watched the movie 10 minutes. And I was like, oh, obviously it's this Zepp character. He's acting weird in the hospital. So it's clearly this weirdo guy. And then it was him. Like, see, I called it, but then it wasn't because Jigsaw was controlling him. So I was like, okay, that got me. Scream, same thing. Scream, generic slasher movie. Yeah. But what did it have? It had the not breaking the fourth wall, but like acknowledging other horror movies and tropes. And it had the twist of 2 killers at the end. Spoilers, two killers at the end. Again, 2 things. Otherwise, what's Scream? It's just a slasher movie with the mask guy. Not even a particularly creepy mask, really. It's just like but the 2 killers and having the characters talk about other horror movies as though they understand what happens in horror movies, so they're not going to follow the rules or whatever. That made it cool.
Yep, that it did. It, like you said, the fourth wall breaking, meta style of that.
Meta's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, that was very transcendent filmmaking for horror.
Right, and what is it? It's a slasher movie. Cisco was like, this is just a slasher movie disguised as this like elevated film, but really it's not. It's just a slasher movie. I'm like, right, but that's the point. You have to have 1 or 2, like Hereditary had. Have you seen Hereditary, guys, or no?
I haven't.
Oh, there's like a super thing, like about half an hour into the movie, you're like, oh, I didn't call that. I didn't see that happening. And that had that happen, which I won't tell you because actually it's pretty goddamn shocking. The only thing is it was spoiled for me by one of my employees who had seen the movie and said, oh, this thing happens. I was like, oh, okay. But that was shocking. But what's Sixth Sense? It had the twist at the end. Oh, he was a ghost the entire time. Otherwise, what is that movie? Big deal. So the kid sees ghosts. We've seen this. I mean, how many times have you seen this? Like, I thought Stir of Echoes, which came around the same time, was better. That was the Kevin Bacon one, I think. I thought that one was kind of better.
I think I have that on VHS.
Yeah, I had that on VHS.
I'm pretty sure I do. God, no. This and if we go to like the ending of it, where Riley has been found, she's staying with Mia. They get the baby because there's of course a devil baby, which. She's doing, the old lady's doing like the blood sacrifice thing over, and the baby's just sitting there playing in the blood, just loving it, little devil baby. But what's fucked up is when Mia goes to, because the glass cracks, or what the fuck is, Mia leaves the room and she goes downstairs and comes up, and Riley's looking at the goddamn pillow like Casey Anthony, and she goes and she fucking. Mia comes in, they start fighting, and next thing you know, Riley gets thrown out. Was it Riley? Yeah, Riley got thrown out the goddamn window.
That was the best part in the whole movie because you spent the whole movie looking for this dumb bitch, and then she just gets thrown out the window. I was like, nice.
Out the fucking window. I was like, God damn.
I like that. That was the best. That was the best thing in the whole movie. He just needed one, like just after that, there should have been just a couple of crazy things. Like maybe Derek Mears could have torn people apart or something. Like a couple of more crazy things, and that would have been good. But that was, I gave him that extra point for that because you're like, that was good. I like that.
And then to make it even better on that ending, you know, you said you're looking for something crazier to happen. This reminded me of the movie How High, and I'll explain.
How High?
Yeah. You remember when Volunteer, and Tony knows because we watch this for Patreon, when Volunteer Officer Picklestein's bike gets run over by that 18-wheeler?
I haven't seen that since it came out.
and then the 18-wheeler backs over it again, and then all the black guys come and they steal all the pieces and they put them in the car and they drive away with it. Well,
that's hilarious.
When Riley got thrown out the fucking window and the little demon baby was like, no, bitch, you haven't suffered enough. And he moved his adorable little hand. And then the fucking dogs came and just tore to pieces. I was like, this is like How High with the bike. I'm like, the dogs just totally just ripped the shit out of her. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's why I made it better than Weapons. At least the baby was at least in this movie it was consistent. Oh yeah, I saw Event Horizon in the theater. That fucking movie's amazing. That's amazing. Paul Anderson. Gonna have to slap myself for that. No, but that I do like evil dog. I'm not a pet person, but I do like evil dogs. They're always good.
They were. It was just like, it was How High to me. I'm just like, I fucking laughed.
Hey, do you mind me saying too, if you haven't seen How High since it came out, like there's a lot of movies from that era that, you know, we used to love, but you watch them nowadays and they didn't age particularly well. But How High aged wonderfully.
I will reacquire it tonight.
Yeah. It did. It aged very well.
Did you ever see Fear of the Black Hat or something? Like, I think it was called something like that. That's a funny one.
I have.
That's a funny one too. Like, it's all in that in those kind of like that kind of genre of like kooky comedies or like these weird comedies or whatever. Or like what is it? Oh God, Don't Be a Menace.
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Yeah, that's a funny movie too. That one's really funny. The girl, she has like 7 kids and they're all different dads. They're all different races.
What do you say when you meet a nice man? Are you my daddy?
The best part is when they go in and the black guy enters. I'm not gonna say it. The black guy enters the Chinese convenience store.
Oh, when it beeps. Yep. It just beeps and it goes, niggas, when he comes in. It was fucking, dude, that shit, like, the stupid jokes in that, like, should I wear these Tech 9s with the low tops?
Yeah.
Or the fucking Uzi with the, and he pulls out the bunny, so I'll just wear these. And he's in the back of the fucking truck. Do I have to start a nuclear holocaust up here? And they're like, it's like USSR, and he's got a fucking like rocket launcher and shit.
Yeah. He's like, it starts off with like brass knuckles and a knife and a gun, and then it gets to the warhead. Yeah.
For back then, the boxing granny was fucking hilarious, dude. Like, you still hit like a bitch, and like, that used to be my favorite part.
Message. Yeah, I use message in my live streams. I got him going like message. Message.
God, I that's another one I have on VHS. I rented that as like when that came. I was like probably 15 or 16. That's when I rented and I copied, you know, the VHS VCR to VCR. That was when I copied that, and I still have it. It still works in my player I have out there. No, that is a fucking great, because that parodied Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, Juice, Set It Off, because Granny pops out of the dumpster with the white face paint and the beanie in the end to Set It Off. Or no, that was
it was Dead Presidents. Was that
Dead Presidents? Dead Presidents.
Yeah, I've seen all the movies that it's mentioning in their title too.
They run together, like Juice. I gotta remember. Juice is like OG Bobby Johnson. That's that one. Like, was that one? No.
I haven't
That's
seen
South
that
Central.
one in a long
Juice is
time.
with two.
Juice is Omar Epps and
Omar
Yes,
Epps,
yeah,
Tupac.
yeah, and South Central's, yeah.
South Central's with OG Bobby Johnson. See, there's so many of those movies from that time period, like between like 91 and 95. There was like so many of those fucking
Higher
like
Learning.
the hood, Higher Learning.
Yeah.
That's a fucking good movie. Another one nobody really talks about with Harvey Keitel was Clockers. And I think Omar Epps was in that one too. Clockers is a fucking fantastic movie. New Jersey Drive, that's another one.
What about American History X? When did that come out? That was pretty good too. That's got Avery Brooks from Deep Space Nine in there.
Yep.
3 or 94.
Was that?
Yeah, that was, and that's Edward Furlong and Edward Norton, the two Edwards.
Yep. 98. I'm sure
that was my senior year in high school that came out.
So that one was pretty good too. There's a lot of these movies. That's back when you could do a movie on a topic, and and still like try to explore the topic and not get labeled whatever you're going to get labeled as, and anyone from any race could watch the movie and find something to either enjoy of the movie, either performances or even take away something. Like, it's really brutal now. Like, you can't make any of the ones that we mentioned, including the parody. You can't make any of those because they're just gonna, especially the parody, because they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're parodying this thing." It's like, it's a movie. Like, relax.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, do you not understand? That's like Monty Python, like Mel Brooks. That's what scares me about the new Spaceballs movie. Is like,
it'll suck.
Yeah, how are they gonna fucking handle that? Like,
well, how are they gonna parody the sequel trilogy, which is bad? Like, it doesn't. You can't actually parody a bad movie because it's already bad. The point of it is they're poking fun at Star Wars. That's the fun of it, right? Like, oh, anyone could just use a lightsaber. Yeah, but we already had that as Rey, so you can't make fun of that now. Like, they made fun of that, right? But now you can't make fun of it because in the real movie they did it.
Yeah,
it's like Austin Powers made fun of the James Bond franchise because the James Bond franchise is awesome, and they're having fun poking fun at it, right?
Yep.
But when it starts to become stupid, how are you going to poke fun at something that's already stupid? I mean, I'm still going to watch it, but I don't have much hope for that.
Same. So should we score this thing?
Sure.
Let's go ahead and score. Tony, we'll let you start off. We score on a 10 scale. What do you think?
You're on mute if you're talking.
I liked most of this movie, but man, I want to give it a 4.5 out of 10.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'll give it
so that's pretty low.
Because Hulk didn't get back at Thanos, man. No, I don't know. I guess I'd give it a 7.5.
Okay. 7.5. Jay, what do you think?
I'm going to give it a 7. That's sort of the cop out. We used to do a thing where you're not allowed to say 7, but I'm going to say 7 because you allow it. If I wasn't allowed to say 7, then I would go lower. I would say 6.5, but I'll go with 7 because I do think it was cool. The negatives are some of the tropiness of it, and just nothing to jump out to make me be like, hell yeah, But it's good. 7 is like high on my scale. Like, it's better. I saw Tron Legacy. I gave that a 5.5 out of 10. So this is way better than Tron Legacy. Oh no, I'm sorry, not Tron Legacy. That's an awesome movie. Tron Ares. I'm sorry, Tron Ares, the new Tron. That was crap. So yeah, 7.
I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place here because
go up.
I'd like to, but I can't for the reasons we talked about, and I'm between a 6.5 and a 7, and I know it, like you said, a 7 seems like a cop out, but it's an average movie. It's not great. It's not bad. It's one you could watch, and you may or may not watch it again. but you're not going to leave hating it. That's where I'm at with it. I didn't dislike it. I respect taking a chance and trying to make something, getting your vision out there. It is. It's a big thing. So, I applaud him for making something that made money. And, some of the hate it gets is probably disingenuous, like you said, because people want to just hate on him because he's a bigger YouTuber. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to really look at this movie. And yeah, there was stuff, like you said, tropes and things didn't make sense. Certain scenes could have been cut. The husband character didn't make sense.
Right.
But at the same time, it did have some good stuff. It was, like I said, all the reasons we listed, the way it looks, the way it was shot, the audio, the cast was solid. Keith David in anything is a plus. What gore that was there was well done. So the effects look good. The set pieces were very, very attractive looking. The world looked lived in, which is a big thing for me in movies.
Yeah.
If it doesn't look lived in, it kind of takes you out of it. And this looked lived in, and they did their due diligence to establish that. So, but I'll give it a 7 on this one.
I was going to give it my initial score was a 6. And then when we talked about it, I went to 7 only because I always like to think of what the person's trying to do. Like Tron Ares has an unlimited budget and ambition to do whatever it wants. Anything can be done with Tron. It's a very open concept. Mm-hmm. This is a guy who's a YouTuber who knows in his heart of hearts that because he's been a YouTuber and a critic or whatever for so many years on YouTube, his movie is going to be scrutinized to shit because he has scrutinized other movies. So now they're going to be like, okay, you're a big critic. Let's see your movie now. Let's see how good your movie's going to be now. Let's see, and he's up against a lot. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a 7 only because I don't think that it deserves all the hate. And I feel that it is. I feel the hate is disingenuous. If someone just says, it was okay, it's not for me, then I feel that that's more like appropriate. But yeah, like, it's hard to be like this critic and then be like, now I'm going to make a movie because people are going to just tear the shit out of it, right? And if you've got Tron Ares and you've got these Marvel movies which have unlimited budget and scope and you can hire any actor you want, right? And you're still making slop, then that should not be rewarded. And I do think Chris Stuckman made a mistake in not reviewing Madam Web and saying how trash it was because it was absolutely terrible. I saw it in the theater. And I didn't watch his videos before Madam Web. I saw a few here and there, and I certainly am not going to watch any of his reviews after he refused to review it. So I don't have much respect for him in that way. But as a filmmaker, he made a fine movie. He made $5 million or whatever you said it was. So he made like $4 or $5 million bucks. That's $4,999,999 more than I made. So, whatever. Like, I want to say, if someone's saying his movie's trash, perfect. Let me see your movie.
Yeah, where's yours at?
Put your movie up against it. Let's put them both. Let's watch them both back to back and see. I liked what's the guy's name? Wendigo, Nick.
Nick Bergman from Wendigo.
I liked his movie better than Chris's, and his had way. I'm sure his had. I didn't see that one.
You haven't seen them yet?
But the other, the previous one, I lost. Flash. I liked his better, and he had a way less budget, right? But I actually cared more about his character than I cared about the girl finding Riley. Like, I thought she was a good performer in this movie, but I didn't care that. I was like, what if she never found Riley? I'd be like, I guess you never found her. And then after she did find her, then she got killed immediately. I'm like, well, that's what, shit happens. I don't know. So there you go.
There's our live review and discussion and spoilers for Shelby Oaks from 2024. Chris Stuckman. We didn't hate it. It was a decent movie. Mm-hmm. It was a decent movie. It got decent marks here from us. So thank you everybody for joining. We got videos here now, folks. Channel members. Next video coming out is going to be for you guys. I'll do one specifically for channel members. and we'll get another one out here. We'll probably do a horror video, or maybe not. You know what? I'll talk about Raw. I'll go through and I'll check out Raw. And the next day I have off, I'll get a video out for you guys, either Thursday or Friday. After the gym, we'll get a video out. I got to go to wrestling practice tomorrow night. The next episode of Shogun from this past weekend should be up next week sometime, I believe, around Sunday, Monday, maybe. Just depends on editing time. Our match is up. You can watch. It's a rough hard cam version from Stage Combat Network and Bad News Cruise. Killer Pizza, my tag team partner, and I were on the Push with Prue podcast and did an interview right after Shogun Saturday night. So thank you, everybody, for joining. J-Man's links in the description. Tone, thanks for jumping on with us, brother. Appreciate you, man. Love you, dude.
Yeah, I love you too, man, and I look forward to the next time.
Absolutely, folks. You know where to find us. We'll be back live right here next Tuesday. We're reviewing Deep Red, are we not?
Yeah, I'm totally good to do that. I got the 4K. I just watched it a couple weeks ago, but I can watch it again.
Yeah, we're gonna review 19. Actually, this movie turns 50 this year.
Awesome!
We have a thing for inadvertent anniversaries on the channel. This one is not till June 11th, but it does turn 50 this year. So we'll be reviewing another Argento movie in Deep Red. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you to our brain busters on Patreon, our channel members, Kazooians, Harvey, Waku, and producers. I'm Pete from Wrestling with Horror. If we don't see you, have a great day. Pleasant tomorrow. We'll catch you on the next one. And remember, it's always better to burn out than fade away. Deuces! Patreon.com/wrestling